Hello everybody. Today I'm gonna be teaching you how to set up your score in MuseScore 2. So when you first open up the application, you're gonna be getting this window, the Start Center. For this purpose, we're gonna be creating a new score. For this, it's just gonna ask you for things such as title, subtitle, composer. I'm just gonna name it an example. Composer, I'll write my name. Why not? After that, you can press next. So here, you're going to be given a few options. You're going to be given the general, which has choose instrument, treble, bass, grand staff. And then if we're doing choir and stuff like that, we have options down here, and there's just a whole bunch. I would suggest the easiest way to do it is simply just press choose instrument. That'll move you to a new window that gives you all the instrument options down here. So we're gonna do like a little quartet. So let's do, how about we'll do woodwinds here. So we always gotta have a flute. So you click on the woodwind option. That'll give a tab down to all the woodwinds. So I'll click on flute. You can either double click it like that, or you could simply, hold on, messed that up. Interesting how it's not giving me the option to remove, but so we can do that. How about we'll do a clarinet as well. And if you're done with that, you can just window it back up. I'll pick brass as well. So let's do, how about let's do a horn in F, and let's do a euphonium. There we go. So we have our 4 instruments right here, and if you want, you could easily move them up and down. Okay, so there is the remove option there. So yeah, if you want to move them up, you can just do that. So, okay. So once you pick your 4 instruments, all you need to do now is click the next button. This will give you your key signature. The important thing to remember here is that you need to make sure that your key signature that you're picking for this screen is in concert pitch. All right, so in the past we've talked about concert pitch and how each instrument has its specific transposition. So whichever instrument that you are, if that's in concert pitch, then that's the key signature you want to choose. And if you don't have an instrument that is in concert pitch, then you need to transpose it. So for example, if I wanted to be, so let's say if I'm a clarinet player, you're in B flat, so, and let's say your key signature has 0 flats and 0 sharps. Remember that you still need to go down 1 whole step. Okay? So then that would mean that your key signature is that for everybody. This is the concert pitch for a C in clarinet. So you click next. Your last option will be your time signature. For this instance, we're just going to choose the typical 4/4. However, you could obviously write whichever you want here, because you can highlight that, and you could choose from these options as well. It also gives you an option for a pickup measure, but we're not going to do that. And then here you can enter the amount of measures that you want. I'll shorten this out. We'll just do 8 for now, but you could write whatever you want. So once you're done with that, you finish, and there you go. You have your score set up and everything. So just a little help just to set up your stuff. If you want to start writing things in your actual measures, there's a button here at the top of the taskbar. There's an N button. It says note input. You can either press the key N on your keyboard, or you can just press this here. This will allow you to put any note anywhere. And a really good feature is any note that is possible for the instrument is in blue. However, if you put a note that's too low, that was not a good example, too low or too high. Okay, maybe the flute was not the best example. But for other instruments, if you put it too low or too high, I'm wondering if any of these other ones will help me out here. Oh, here we go. Perfect. You just have to not have it highlighted. So if it's too high or too low, it'll look like this. It'll have a red highlight on the note head. That tells you that the instrument will probably not be able to play it. So that's a good little hint for you guys. Note that the key signatures are in place the way they should be, remembering your transposition lessons that we talked about. When you're picking notes, you have an assortment of notes up here. You have your typical quarter note, half note, whole note. We have covered the dotted notes. So let's say you need to put a dotted half note. So you would click the dotted half note. A little bit over to the right, you see a dot. Click on that. That'll turn it into a dot. Put a note there. And there's your dotted half note. Same thing for rests. You want to make sure that your N is still clicked. The rest is right here. So if you want to make a quarter rest, make sure to only click the quarter note button. Click on the rest button. And it'll insert it there. Other than that, you have your sharps, flats, and all that stuff right here. On the left side of your screen, you're going to have kind of like a little drop down menus for anything that you need to do. So the last thing that I'm going to show you guys is how to put in a key signature. So the best way to do your key signatures is you want to make sure that the measures look different, because you've seen in many scores that when you have a key signature, the measure looks different. So what you want to do is come to the tab that says bar line, and then you're going to want to click the double bar line, which is right here. What I do usually is click, drag, and make sure you put it at the beginning of your measure that you want, at the beginning of the last measure that you want. So then this applies it to every line. Next thing, obviously, you need to change the key. So you come up 2 spaces to the key signature. That'll be another drop down bar. Again, this is also in concert pitch. So if you're a clarinet and your key signature is 1 sharp, that means you're in the key of G. So you need to go down 1 whole step, which is F. F is this key signature. Put that in the bar right after the bar line. And boom, there is your new key signature. If you want to listen to it, all you have to do is click the first note, press the play button, and the program will play it for you. So thank you so much, and hopefully this helped.